today we will be testing the MacZ VWAP indicator.
But before we do, if you have not watched the first video on the channel and all the videos after that, you need to go do that now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. There is also a link down below to sign up for Tradingview. You can save a little bit of money if you use the link below to sign up for your account. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Lastly, if you would like a list of all the indicators we have tested along with their win rates, but you aren't interested in watching all the videos on the channel, you can sign up for our $9 Patreon, and you will receive the complete list of indicators. We also would like to introduce our Patreon exclusive Discord channel. As a $9 Patreon, you will be invited to join an exclusive Discord channel where we will give you a list of winning indicators and links for the MT platform, give you winning strategies, post trade ideas, give advanced advice, and much more. So click the link below to join our Patreon.
Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the MacZ VWAP indicator. Before we do though, I wanted to put the testing scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested a total of 51 different strategies, with 13 of them being profitable. We've also tested a total of 645 indicators, with 259 of them being winners. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. So go back and watch those videos and see what you can get out of those winning indicators. And keep in mind that we test most of these strategies and indicators on the Forex market, but they can be applied to just about any market universally. Okay, so today's indicator is the MacZ VWAP indicator, and you can see it here on the bottom of the screen. I did make one slight change to this, and so there is the ability to turn on the smoothing here, the Laguerre smoothing, and so this is what it looks like before, and this is what it looks like after. And so figure we would test it this way and see how we can get out of it, what we can get out of it, and maybe test it the other way, but in my opinion it seemed a little bit too jerky. The other way, just a little bit too responsive. And so I thought we could give it a shot this way and see what we get out of it. And so the setup on this is relatively easy. I mean, I guess I say relatively easy, but there's a few, quite a few different theories or ideas that people have in how to use the MACD. And so since this is basically the MACD, but just pulling from different sources than a standard MACD, then you know, it stands to reason that we would use it similar to the MACD. And so I've heard some people say that you can use it as a zero line cross. I've heard some people say that when the lines are above the zero line, then you're only looking for crosses to the downside, and those would be shorts. And when it's to the downside, you're only looking for crosses to the upside, and those would be longs. And I've heard other people say that you just take every single cross in the direction. So a cross to the downside, green line to the downside would be a short, a green line cross to the upside would be a long, and it doesn't matter where the lines are according to the zero. And so like I said, there's a few different ways we could test this. I think what we're going to do is, for now, to try to give it kind of the best shot, what we're going to do is anytime the lines are above the zero, then we're going to look for a cross to the downside. That's going to be a short. Anytime the lines are below the zero, then we're going to look for a cross to the upside, and that's going to be a long. So let's kind of try to filter out some of those false signals and try to give it a little bit of a better chance. All right, that's what we're looking for. Let's go ahead and get on with the testing and see what we can get out of this. All right, so the first signal that we picked up is a long signal right here. Our two lines were down below the zero, and we get that cross to the upside right here. And so we get a little bit of a push to the downside there on it before we then start to recover and get a nice push back to the upside, which does come up and get us to our take profit. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. All right, so we then pick up a short signal right here on this one. You can see that it was right at the bottom of this push to the downside before we get price pushing back up, retesting this area right here. And unfortunately, as it does push up right there, it does come up and hit our stop. We then get another cross back to the downside, so the green line crosses up and then back down to the downside right here on this one. And we get a little bit of a push to the downside there, just enough to come down and get us to our take profits. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and fast forward through the rest of the testing. That way things don't get too long, and we'll pick this up when we're at the end of the year. Alright, so that's going to put us at the end right there. Before we take a look at what this was able to achieve, now would be a good time to say that if you are interested in excelling your trading knowledge, I highly recommend that you join our Patreon only channel on our Discord server. You can find a link to our Patreon down below, as well as a link to our Discord. Once you sign up as a patron, it'll give you access to the Patreon only channel, where we post some really great advanced information about trading strategies, trading indicators, and trading philosophy in general. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you'll get access to the full list of indicators that we have tested. That comes in an Excel version and a PDF version, and you will get that full list of indicators showing exactly which indicators were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates. And you'll get access to an Excel sheet of all the strategies that we have tested that shows exactly which strategies were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates, and links to go back and review those individual strategies. And so there is a lot of benefits to becoming a patron of the channel, and it doesn't cost hardly anything at all. I highly recommend it. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at our indicator here. Get everything in focus. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and count it out. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we have 12 trades all together. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 8 winning trades. And so that will meet the 60% criteria that we are looking for. I definitely wish it gave more trades within the 1 year's time, but 12 definitely isn't bad. Typically anything over 10 in 1 year's time is in the realm of okay. Anything over 20 really looking better. Anything over 30 is getting pretty amazing at that point. And so, especially if it's doing it accurately, I mean. And so, 12 definitely is not a bad number of trades. It was catching the majority of the moves in the market. There are definitely some moments where it was getting faked out, and so it'd be nice to kind of filter out those trades there. And if so, then we would obviously have a really decent win rate at that point. And so, and that's what we're looking for. So that's why we have the criteria that we have. All right, so that's it for this one. It will go on the yes list, and we will move on to the next indicator from here.